Hello, and how are you doing? Oh, it's one of those days. So, this week we want to look at forgiveness. It's often said, but less acted on. Matthew chapter 18, 21 to 35. You don't have to be a Christian to actually look for that part of the Bible. It's online. And read it. Pray to God that, okay, I don't know you, but you can give me an advice and make me understand this part of the Bible. It's really vast. Forgiveness is vast. But there are just some key points I wanted us to start with. And the thing is that as humans, we are definitely going to feel some hurt. Definitely. The first thing is to understand who you are. If you understand who you are, the act of forgiveness won't be hard. But if you don't, you might bring the building down before you get to the bottom of why you were really upset. And the action you took, was it enough to act on what caused you to be upset? It's worth thinking about. So why must we forgive? We must forgive because it's a beautiful thing. It's a good thing. It helps you to have more people around you, and it makes you to become a good teacher. And it builds a stamina of strength within you. And it makes you to know who people are. Because whether you like it or not, people will try to hurt you. But the more you have the strength to hold things, the more you have the ability to forgive. Even if it comes 100 times, you will be able to forgive. You see, forgiveness has a power to make you and I a better person. And there is always room for forgiveness. There's always room. You know, as a little child, no matter what they do to you, if you remember very well, or you notice some children or your children, you realize that no matter what you do to them, they still want to play with you. But they might shift a bit. So that's what it's all about. Forgive. But strategize yourself to know how to deal with that person, especially if he or she is somebody you can't do without. You see, the act of forgiveness is the act of love. We're going to come back to it. But the base of forgiveness is love. Love them because they do not know what they are doing. Jesus said on the cross, he said, "Oh Lord, forgive them, for they do not know what they were doing." Because if they know what they are doing, they won't hurt you in the first place. And if we look at that Matthew 18, 21 to 25, the Bible says, forgive them more than 7 times. Can you imagine 7 times, 70 times 7? And can you now imagine when A forgives B, but B finds it hard to forgive C? Pardon me. What kind of a character is that? So it means that some of us, we don't reflect. If A can forgive B, that means A has given a good example to B to be able to do as he or she moves along. So that when C comes or D comes, he or she can forgive. But if you cannot forgive, it means you don't have an act of reflection, you don't have an act of gratitude. And you want forgiveness. Every human being wants forgiveness. It's one of the reasons why we must learn to forgive. And one of the things that forgiveness does, you open doors of opportunity. It makes you light like a feather. Yes, it makes you light like a feather. Till I see you again, think about it. Sit down, recap the moment. Was that reaction really worth it because you did not forgive? We have the right to be upset. But watching how we get upset and how we react to getting upset goes a long way. Until I see you again, reflection is good. Forgiveness is beautiful. It actually makes you beautiful from inward to the outward. Until I see you again, don't forget, try it. Forgiveness.